Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel on this fine, cool fall morning. My name is Steve and I am a drone pilot, and I'm kind of half asleep today, so this might be an interesting review. So I'm out here today to review this. This is a Piper Cub, I believe. It's the J3 Cub. Anyways, it has another name called the A505-J3. So the reason I have this little guy with me out here is because I've made several reviews in the past of RC planes that were small in size that people could buy for themselves or for their kids as a Christmas gift. And they're kind of popular. People really like them. So I have another one here. This one's very inexpensive. It's like under $100 US. And the cool thing about it, oh, I don't even have it here. And the cool thing about it is that you can actually put a receiver in it and bind it to your Spectrum radio. So yeah, if you have a Spectrum radio, if you're a Spectrum radio user, this will bind to it. Even Futaba too, I believe. But the good news is, for many of you, it comes with its own little radio. Right out of the box, it is ready to fly. So it comes with the batteries, the battery charger, the radio, and you get the plane, the instructions, and you're all set to go and you go fly. Now let me tell you what I find interesting about this model. I am used to flying planes that have ailerons. These are ailerons right here on the wings, these two things. There's no ailerons on this plane. It has elevator back here, so the plane can go up and down, no problem, and it has a rudder. A lot of times planes don't come with rudder, but this comes with a rudder, and they use the rudder to tilt the plane to turn. You're going to see that in this video. So it's very much designed for beginners. It can also do low rates, high rates. So it has 6-axis stabilized gyro in it, which I'm going to fly it on. And then you can put it in manual mode and do 3D stuff. So hopefully I don't crash it and destroy it, but let's go try it. All right, let's get this up in the air quickly. So in your kit, you have your plane, you have your remote, and of course you have a battery. You have a few other things. You'll see that in the unboxing. So all we need to do now is power on our remote, also called the radio, and put the battery in the plane and then connect it, and then we can go fly. So first things first, make sure your left joystick is all the way down and then powered on. There we go. You'll get a little red light down here. You have to put batteries in this yourself. Next, take our plane, flip it upside down. Make sure I have it in the camera here so you can see it. It's a little hatch down here. We're going to open that. Plane is made out of flexible foam, so you can bang it around, twist it, everything, and it'll go back into shape. Just connect your battery. There we go. Connecting the battery, and then take your battery. It fits inside. You can either put it in vertically this way or vertically this way. It's designed to go both ways. You can see my battery is inside. And let's close the hatch door. There we go. We're ready to fly. Flip it over, put it down flat. Just let it sit there for 2 seconds. 1 second, 2 seconds. We're all good. Then take your remote. And you see that, oh, just get this in the camera, this joystick up and down, that will bind it. There we go. So now if I move it, I have prop and I can fly. Now what I want to show you is the elevators and the rudder. These are the moving pieces back here. So you can see I move the rudder here and I can move the elevator here with the right joystick. Now it has high rates and low rates, and if you hit this button over here, the red one, you go from high to low. So let's see. I think that's high. I'm going to hit it now, and that's low. Yeah, so when I go to high, this goes up higher. High goes way up. There we go. And then low. There we go. And you'll know the difference because low has 1 beep and high has 2 beeps. Okay, I've just been told I have to come back on another day because this parking lot is being used for an event and they want me to clear out. You know, I have no luck. So I got moved from the parking lot and I came out to a field and the fog rolled in, and over there you probably can't see it, but Tractor Man is over there and I don't know if he's coming over here. This would have been a good time to have lights on this plane, but I don't believe this plane comes with lights and I didn't bring any. Oh well. Sometimes I wonder why I do this. So foggy weather, I'm gonna throw this plane because look at my ground. It's grass everywhere. I can't use it as a runway. Toss it. Let's hope it flies. Here we go. All right, just so you can see me over there, I'm just gonna toss it this way. Let's give it some throttle. And here we go. She's up in the air. She's flying beautifully. I gotta keep it close so I don't lose it here, going over me. There you go. See that? There she goes into the sun. You know, it looks beautiful on a morning like this with the terrible weather and the fog. Here, I'll bring it lower. Like, honestly, I could sell 1 billion of these. If people were standing beside me right now watching me fly this in this type of weather with this fog, they would like sign up and give me their money because it's so relaxing. It looks so awesome. Except for that noise of Mr. Tractor Man happening over there. Yeah, Tractor Man, you're killing it for me. All right, so I'm in low rates. In other words, the rudder and the elevator is 1 beep on my little control, and I think it's perfect. I don't think you need the second one. Let me just bring it that way and I'll turn it around to me. And now let me hit the beeper. It's gonna go 2 beeps. There we go. And I'm in high rates now. And yeah, you could just turn, you could turn more. You can't do any flips or anything. I guess I have to put it in 3D mode for that. So I'm gonna bring it down. Hopefully I don't destroy it. Let's go like this. Slower and slower and slower, and then pull back on the elevator. Oh, look at that. That was nice. That was a nice landing, actually. Especially on this grass. Pretty good. Okay, next thing I want to do is, okay, let me get in the camera. Next thing I want to do on this foggy morning is I'll stick a little Insta360 Go camera up top so you get some footage. I'll have to get the CG right though. To find the CG on a plane like this, just grab the wings sort of in the center, and you want the nose just to slightly tilt down. So that tells me this plane was designed to have the CG right about here. So in other words, my camera must go right on the CG, right in the center right there. Now let's test out our theory. Put our fingers here. Yep, it's still good. So I think we'll be fine. Let's go toss it and give you some flight footage. Camera's on, so that's the type of footage we should get. And this is what it looks like looking in the fog. And hand tossing it. Whoa! It did not like that. I don't know if we can get the camera on this one because it does not like the additional weight. I'm going to toss it more upwards to give it some nose up. Nope. She tilts side to side with the camera on. Okay, so what that means is up here, the balance side to side is going off, so it's probably better at the bottom. So let's try that. And what I'm going to do for the camera on the bottom is I'm going to put it on an angle so it's not looking straight, it's looking sideways. That way it will run the length of the center line like this. I could be totally wrong on this one again. Camera's in the center, looking sideways. Here we go. Well, it's definitely better. Well, I definitely did something correct because it works perfect. There we go. Now we're flying. Look at that. Yeah, I'll bring it around. See, it flies beautifully, and I can go to the left, slightly to the left. I'm doing the left very slow. I'm getting it to go nice and high, so I have tons and tons of height this time. It's way up there. I can barely see with my GoPro. And then I have to turn it because it's going into the fog. I can turn it. Yes, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. Yes, baby. Okay, now I got to bring it down. Okay, we got to bring it down. We cannot leave it up there. Okay, it's coming down. But no, it's coming down nice. Okay. I've turned the motor right off. It's just gliding. This is gliding. Right here. Glide. Look at it glide. I am doing nothing. I just let it go, and it will land by itself. Woo! All right, plane's kind of full of grass. As you can see here, grass all over it, but that's not a big deal. I'll toss it one more time. So what I've tried on this plane already is I tried flying it with the stability on, then you go in mode 2. They call it mode 2. You get a little bit more movement on the rudder to turn sharper. I didn't notice a big difference. And then this button over here is to take off the stability and do 3D. However, there's no aileron, so you can't roll it. Maybe the only thing I can do then is this type of roll. You go over and back like this. So I'll try to do it in front of my GoPro, see if you can see it. Here we go. Okay, so we're up in the air. Bring it close to me over here. There's no camera on it, so it flies great. You can really spin this around and bomb it around nicely. Okay, so let me show you that rolly thing. I'll bring it back the other way, coming this way, and hit the button now. I got nothing. I couldn't get it to roll. This is a 100% beginner park flyer. So it's next to impossible to crash this, I will say that much. Like if you see me flying it like this is very easy for me to do because I don't have to worry about ailerons. I'm just using the rudder. So it's doing everything for me. I'm just whipping it around me here at high speed. Bring it up a little so it'll hit the ground. But yeah, this is the plane to have. I bet you could catch this out of the air too. Turn this throttle off. I can't catch it. I can't catch it. I lied. I can't catch it. I lied. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what comes in the box. So could you even see me in this camera? I'll show you what comes in the box. Check out the video. You'll see what comes in the box and then come back to me. This is the box the J3 comes in. Opening the box, you'll find the plane, the remote, batteries, and accessories. First item would be the instruction manual, followed by the main fuselage, main wings, and landing gear. A remote is also included, and it's powered by 4 AAA batteries that are not included. Two buttons are located on the top that activate features on the plane. The remote has a range of 120 meters. Batteries with USB battery charger are included. Each battery will give you approximately 20 minutes of runtime. A spare prop is included, as well as a micro Phillips screwdriver and screws that you'll need to assemble the plane. To assemble the plane, simply push the main landing gear into position. Next, slide the main wings into place and use a screw to lock them into position. Finally, the wings and landing gear are all secured into place by two screws positioned on the bottom. Total weight of the plane with a battery is only 71 grams. Alright, my final thoughts on this plane are it would probably be one of the easiest planes on the planet to fly, since there are no ailerons. You're just using the rudder to go left and right and the elevator to go up and down. And you have the two speeds on the elevator and the rudder. One beep gives you low speed, two beeps gives you high speed. I didn't find it made too much of a difference, so I'm not really sure. But if there's no wind out and you fly this in your little park, like a baseball diamond or anything like that, you have more than ample space to fly this. It flies very nice. And anytime you want to land it, you just turn off the throttle and you let it come down to the ground. There is a different prop design on this than some of the planes. Some of the props, I thought this one had it, you know, where your prop flies off and then you just push it back on, it clicks back on. This one doesn't have that. This one has a prop that is screwed on. So when you come out to the field and you bring your spare prop, bring your Phillips screwdriver because you have to screw the prop back on. It just holds it on tighter so it doesn't fall off when it crashes. I think that's what they were designing it to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just put the links to this product below. I know it's very, very, very inexpensive, so go check it out and see if this is the product for you. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and I'll catch you in a future video with many more reviews. Until then, I say bye.